turning Cameron into Iron Man, Alejandro into Darth Vader, and making Zoe escape the Matrix. These are just a few of the references that Total Drama made over the years. Today, I'm gonna show you the best Total Drama movie references. Number 1. When it comes to creating extreme challenges, Chris seems to really enjoy using his toys, like the scene from All Stars.
Say hello to my metal friend!
Notice that he changed his voice, most likely because the creators wanted to clarify that this line was a reference to the movie Scarface.
Say hello to my little friend!
Number 2. Getting lost in the woods can be a scary experience. We saw that in one of Beth's scenes in Total Drama Action. Yet just a few people knew that this scene was inspired by the 1999 horror movie called The Blair Witch Project. Number 3. This is probably the most well-known movie reference from all Total Drama history. After being roasted by the volcano at the end of Total Drama World Tour, we see Alejandro being put in a cyborg suit, similar to how Darth Vader was at the end of the movie Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith. This scene is basically a one-to-one replica of the original scene from the movie. Even Chris has a Palpatine robe. Number 4. Talking about Star Wars references, in the episode Masters of Disasters from Total Drama Action, after Chris hits Izzy with the golf ball gun, he and Chef say,
I got one!
Don't get cocky, kid.
This is a direct reference to the movie Star Wars: A New Hope.
Hey kid, don't get cocky.
Number 5. The showdown from Revenge of the Islands finale had a lot of amazing and unexpected moments. However, probably the most interesting part was Cameron's armor creation. Not only that he looked almost exactly like Iron Man, but also the way he built that armor in a camp with a box of scraps is a reference to the first Iron Man movie. Number 6. Sometimes, treasure chests can have pretty weird stuff inside, like the leg lamp that Lashana found in the episode Search and Do Not Destroy. However, even if it's one of the most random ideas ever, this leg lamp wasn't actually something originally created by Total Drama, but rather a reference to the 1983 movie called A Christmas Story. Number 7. Being a slasher movie fan can make you recognize certain patterns between them, like how Gwen did in the episode Hook, Line, and Screamer.
Rule number 1, do not go off on your own. Rule number 2, if you do go off on your own, never go in the woods.
However, she was not the first one to notice these patterns, since this scene was a direct reference to the 1996 movie called Scream.
Number 1, you can never have sex.
Number 8. In the Celebrity Manhunt special, we saw Izzy playing important roles in different movies that actually refer to real movies, like Kill Bill, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, King Kong 1933, and The Sound of Music. Number 9. You know how the word Matrix became insanely popular lately? Well, during Total Drama All Stars, there was a reference to the actual Matrix movie. The way Zoe dodges leeches in this scene is directly inspired by the way Neo dodges the bullets in the movie. Number 10. Now the next one is pretty obvious. Even the people who didn't watch the movie 300 pretty much knew that the scene when Axel said,
This is drama!
was a big shout out to this legendary scene.
This is Sparta!
Number 11. Although Julia was a skilled contestant, Bowie still managed to eliminate her in Season 1. However, not many people know that after she found out that Bowie double-crossed her, she threatened him with the iconic line from the movie Taken.
We'll find you. And I will kill you.
I'm gonna find you, and I'm going
Julia!
Number 12. In the episode I See London from Total Drama World Tour, during the recap, we can see a skeleton holding an umbrella and flying. This is clearly a reference to the movie Mary Poppins. I mean, there was literally no context or reason for that skeleton to be there. Number 13. Total Drama Action was basically a whole season of movie references, like the mystery-themed episode called Get a Clue, which was a big shout out to the movie with the same name. However, the crime mystery in the train was actually a reference to the movie Murder on the Orient Express. Number 14. The episode Full Metal Drama, in which the contestants were separated into two teams in a war-themed challenge, is a reference to the movie Full Metal Jacket, which presents the Vietnam War through the eyes of a US Marine. Number 15. Fight Club was a pretty insane movie. Even some of the people who didn't watch the movie know about this iconic scene,
The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
which was referenced in this scene from Total Drama Island 2007.
The first rule of dodgeball is...
Do not talk about dodgeball.
Number 16. The scene where Lindsay and Harold are in the ring from the episode $1 Million Babies, and especially the name of the episode, are references to the boxing movie called $1 Million Baby. Number 17. The episode Rock and Rule from Total Drama Action seems like a regular rock-themed episode. However, the title of the episode is a reference to the Canadian animated movie called Rock and Rule from 1983. Number 18. We all know that Ezekiel underwent a pretty nasty transformation during Total Drama World Tour. However, not everyone knows that his feral design was actually inspired by Gollum from Lord of the Rings. They even share a similar scene as, at the end of the world tour, Ezekiel falls into the volcano, just like how Gollum falls in the movie Lord of the Rings Return of the King. Number 19. Before Z revealed Caleb's secret in the second season of the reboot, we saw a scene with MK and Julia speaking in a creepy way, trying to convince him to tell them the secret. Now, if you are a horror movie fan like me, you probably figured out immediately that this scene was a reference to the 1980 movie The Shining. Number 20. The name of the episode, Jurassic Fart, and the raptors are a reference to the movie Jurassic Park. Also, in the episode Tortoise Rigamortis, after the Canadian goose scares 3 of the animals Bowie wanted to take a selfie with, he says,
Clever girl.
which is another reference to the movie Jurassic Park.
Clever girl.
Number 21. Duncan was always considered one of the most dangerous contestants that ever participated in Total Drama, until All Stars came around. However, in Revenge of the Island, when he was brought back, we saw him tied up in a very unique way. This was the same way Hannibal Lecter was tightened up in the movie called The Silence of the Lambs. Although it's not a movie or even a TV series reference, the name of the episode, Grand Theft Auto, is a big shout out to the video game series Grand Theft Auto. Number 22. The way Ezekiel keeps showing up after his elimination in Total Drama World Tour is both interesting and creepy, but this can't really be a surprise, since one of his scenes is a reference to this scene from Nightmare at 20,000 Feet. For those who don't know, Nightmare at 20,000 Feet is an episode from the series Twilight Zone. Number 23. Sean's zombie phobia was used a lot during Total Drama Pocket 2 Island, and there were a lot of small references to different apocalyptic movies, yet the most iconic ones are in the episode Scarlet Fever. The scene when the contestants found the room filled with Chris robots was a reference to the movie Resident Evil Afterlife. Besides the Resident Evil movie reference, when the eyes of the robots turned red, it also became a shout out to the movie franchise Terminator. Sean yelling "Headshot" is also a reference to how zombies can only be killed by hitting them in the head in the Resident Evil franchise, and to be honest, most of the zombie movies. Number 24. Sammy tricking Amy into eating the poisoned apple was clearly an interesting strategy, yet it wasn't her original idea, since that scene was a shout out to the Disney original movie called Snow White. The only difference is that now the hero is the one who poisoned the bad guy. Number 25. Talking about Disney movies, in the episode A Blast from the Past from Total Drama Pocket 2 Island, the scene when Dave puts Ella's shoe on her foot is a reference to the movie Cinderella.
I have found my prince!
Although Ella does look like a princess, we know Dave isn't exactly a charming prince.
Please let me be your boyfriend.
Number 26. In the aftermath, Oh Win or Lose, Owen gives an extremely extensive confession.
In the 3rd grade, I cheated on my math exam. In 4th grade, I stole my Uncle Max's toupee and glued it to a ghost bomb at the petting zoo. In 5th grade, I knocked my little brother down a flight of stairs and blamed it on my other little brother.
Although at first, this scene just looked like something usual for Owen, it was a reference to the way Chunk from the movie The Goonies confessed to the Fratellis.
In 3rd grade, I cheated on my history exam. In 4th grade, I stole my Uncle Max's toupee and I glued it on my face when I played Moses in my Hebrew school play.
Number 27. In the episode Runaway Model, Anne Maria makes fun of Zoe's hair.
Yeesh.
Nice hair. Looks like Princess Leia lost a scissor fight.
After that, Zoe compares her hair to Queen Amidala's.
Actually, it's more like Queen Amidala.
That was another Star Wars reference, being a shout out to these iconic characters. Number 28. In Total Drama World Tour, when the contestants enter Area 51, Owen gets a makeover, which is a direct reference to the villain Joker from the movie The Dark Knight. Number 29. The radioactive waste from Total Drama Revenge of the Island basically turned almost every animal into an apex predator. Not only that, but in the episode Finders Creepers, the spider's infrared vision was a shout out to the actual Predator movie. Number 30. The episode Camp Castaways is the first time we are introduced to Mr. Coconut. However, at that time, most of us didn't know that Mr. Coconut was actually a shout out to Wilson the volleyball from the 2000 drama movie called Castaway. So there it is, guys. What was your favorite movie reference? Make sure to tell me in the comments. Take care and see you next time with a brand new video.